Okay, hello. Welcome back to another virtual production stream. Hope you've all had a good week. Weather's been really good here in England. Um, yeah, hope you've been getting outside as well as putting some good work in. But yeah, we're here again. We've had some really good requests this week for things to look at. But I thought I'd just start in this beautiful level that we've got here. Because I've been doing some 360 camera tests. Just a bit of a tease of what's coming soon. Got a beta for the new 360 movie render queue method coming out very soon, so it's exciting stuff. And if I just get up DaVinci, should see got some nice outputs. Yeah, we've been making progress. 360 movie render queue. This one. So yeah, here just very quick deferred render from movie render queue. This one's just 1080p, but just looking at how nice it's getting the whole scene, colors wise, movement wise. I've got no anti-aliasing on this at the moment, first test. But we're making moves on the 360 side of things. Figured out anti-aliasing now, so that's really great. And yeah, be sure to see an email soon on that front. Yeah, exciting stuff going on with the 360. Just been figuring out kind of level optimizations and things. You might have seen some seams in the kind of foggy areas. There's things we can do about that with fog cards and things like this. Overall, the color matching and just the rate at which it outputs really nice high res 360 images from Unreal is crazy. So very excited about that. See that down the line. But we go into some things that people have asked us to talk about this week. So Studio and Research Media is looking at making a simple project that has no set, but just some augmented reality elements. They want to have like an iPhone fly into the scene and end up next to the talent or whoever's talking, with some kind of visual display on the screen. So you could get like a scoreboard or um, some other media that can be kind of streamed in, be displayed on there. They wanted to start with a fresh level for this, so do that. We could call this AR elements test. Always start with using the very useful environment light mixer. Get your lighting elements in there. Plop down a cube. Hold on, just checking out my my audio on my stream. 1 second. Yeah, I guess I'm just looking at having a kind of talent plane. Currently in the most updated version of our toolkit. So we've got some of the also new media plane stuff, which again is kind of in beta. So now we'll kind of look at a composure method for doing this. Get the media really nice and clean. I guess as like a first off, you could kind of plot it out with regular kind of media plane. So probably have a plane. See where our talent would be. Now we could do some kind of mesh. Say the greeny thing that comes in. That's cool. Might work like that for now. So then get some media. What I'm gonna do is stream in both of these pieces of media. I'm gonna do a spout receiver. Gonna be a render target. Do this talent 1 render target. I'll bring in some media to OBS, just as an example of where to send it from. Send it from any program that's capable of sending spout. So we could do a new media source. Well, so that's a loop. So it's just going to play constantly. Keep that there. And you can just kind of hide it away. I know this one's muted, but you want to make sure it's muted. Then we can go filters. Talent, but then what's this one? Oh, I've got one already. We could change this media source to be something else. I'll just use old bounty for properties. We'll use a mute. And this one. Cool. Got 2 bits of media coming in. Got spout receiver here. Maybe now is a good time to jump into Composure actually. Yeah. New layer element for that. Go PG element. Let's go media source as well. So this one needs a camera in the scene. Any? let it get. Always tend to bring out this field of view a bit. Focal length. Guessing everything's a bit small because of this, but it is for this novel. Back in composure, something now. Like everything's a bit dark actually. So let's go directional light a bit. Now we got some station. Eye adaptation set by default. So if we go post process volume, set this to infinite and unbound, so that it's affecting the whole level. Put it somewhere. Then we can set our exposure. Yeah. And set it to manual up a bit. Yeah, it's a bit nicer. Ooh, so now we can. Ooh, we got overexposure here, so we match this to the camera. It's the camera's exposure settings as well. I don't remember what the value was there, but leave it at 8. I guess that's more or less. Then for our first media plate, do an input. Source. One talent input. We do a really quick key to this talent. I think it's all included here in the media plate. Somewhere in this corner. A D-vignette. And a bit of D-spill. Set like greeny color. That'll do. If I check out the alpha very nicely, my media plate. Also, we got that. We could also make this send to the plane here in 3D space, so we get a shadow. I can show you how to do that quickly. Add a second media plate. This is going to do the video plane placement only, so we can delete these transform passes. We can set a plane placement. This needs a video plane. A bit more to scale, isn't it? And back in composure, second media plate. We can set that media plane with an ink dropper by picking it from the list. Then we need to set the input here to be a texture post key. So send that out from our first media plate as an output. It's going to be output as a render target. Create a new render target for this. My AR folder. Alan RP1. That's going to be the input for media plate 2. The texture input. Use a moving texture as a regular one. So looking a bit grainy. Looking a bit 90s. Because we got the resolution of the render target low. We can up that. Still looking pretty good. Second wise. Awesome. So the reason I've done this as two separate ones is because we want this flat image to go onto here. We can take that render target that we made. We can find in the outputs, create material from that. You can just put that video name. Then we can take off the specular, hold one, put that in the specular. Also make sure this takes on that alpha. Go output alpha. So we need to set it to masked. Then output alpha. Okay, now that it is masked, we've got an opacity channel. Cool. We got some shadow. So now we can do some layering exposure. We can see that these shots are matching. Great. Yeah, let's set up the transform pass. So transform pass is here. Compositing element material pass, create a new material. Let's transform pass AR1. Ooh, separately, is there a streaming video format that includes alpha? I believe Spout can send alpha. Maybe NDI as well, I'm not sure. Test NDI in a minute. Good shout. Yeah, like if someone's shooting in a studio elsewhere using a key and wants to send it separately. Make it look like the host and the guest are on the same set. Yeah, that would be really cool. I guess NDI is quite a cool way to go. I don't know if, I guess, because Spout is only local. But also just sending a key, black and white key image could be really cool for that. But yeah. That's definitely what these streaming protocols are good for. So we can set up our transform pass. Extra parameters. Let's go CG. Or let's call it. It's got the same name that we've got here. Duplicate. Again. We don't actually need media plate one, do we? So we can call this one. Ooh, and then we want RGBA overload. We want mask. We haven't set up yet. I could leave that for now. We want the media plate over. So that we set this to be doing its thing now. Sweet, so we got the really nice media up. Brilliant, pretty cool. You might find that when your frames drop, you get visibility of the less good media plate behind this. We can give it some hidden shadow. So, what was it to set this again? Our shadow. Pretty sure there's like a hidden shadow. Yeah, nice. Now we got shadow, but no sign of the other state behind it, even when we drop frames. Obviously, don't want to be dropping frames, but streaming and stuff as well. Nice fix for that. Pretty sure there's a hidden reflection setting. Well, lighting. Hmm. Affect indirect lighting while hidden. This should give you reflection. Set this to like chrome. Yeah, maybe not. Ooh, only in there. Hidden game true, hidden in scene capture. That's this nasty chrome material again. I mean, when you get into reflections in this stuff, it's use anyway if you've got a big reflective floor, but hopefully have something that's a bit more like a few puddles, otherwise reflective floor. But if we go back to the what was that setting? Hidden in scene capture. No, that is false. I really thought this affected indirect lighting while hidden. Seemed to work before for me for getting just trying to get the talent just visible in reflection shadows. Scene. If anyone's really in need of that setting, we can Discord later. Cool. Can I get rid of this and dechrome material? Just want it white again. Basic shape material. Cool. one thing about this is like once you set this video plane placement to hidden, search it up to reposition it. But yeah, that's pretty clean. See, the plane is kind of affecting the shadow here. Probably a lumen thing. But yeah, I can mess around with lumen settings. Really need that stuff. But yeah, cool. Back to getting some second piece of media to kind of fly in to the top of this talent. I'll just leave the comp in the other window. So a bit of media on here. Let's add another video plane placement. Just like some kind of mesh for it to roughly kind of iPhone measurement. You could do this with a video plane placement, or you could just have regular old media. Regular old media plane. And a similar technique either way. Cool. So that is our phone. Awesome. And then I'm gonna like child this to the cube. Cool. That's all set to movable, should be. And you know what, just for now, I'm gonna unhide this. Sorry. Cool. Awesome. This is kind of our display that's going to fly in, give our stats, give our live updates. So again, you can have a spout input. Person who requested this was talking about data tables and sort of Google Sheets and stuff. Not really something I've looked into yet, but it is definitely an awesome way to get something that someone can update remotely, feed into a bit of data here. For now, I'm just going to do a spout input. I set this up earlier. Got just this video spout input ending from OBS, just running in the background. We can add that in Composure. Add a media plate. All this phone input. Supposed to be a little phone model lying in. Awesome. So this will be a texture input again. Oh no, this will be a spout source. You can find the source we're after. Just want just a spout video plane transform. Sorry. We can pick it from the list. See, it's the one that's a child of the cube. Yeah, that's being placed. Different on here. Now, what we can do is make sure this is sort of masked in front of the person. To do that, we need to add it as a layer. For this phone. Might as well add this in as well, just in case. Selected actors to selected layer. Got 2 there. then create a mask with that composure. Find the regular matte to be cheaper than R1. R1 carries over focal properties and stuff. It's good for filmic stuff, but if you just want a basic matte, good. And this matte is going to capture the layer set called bone. We can include these. Our alpha thing. Linear only, yeah. Capture actors include bone. Strange. I'll try just making that again. Perhaps it was a composure thing, so I made the layers after the matte. I didn't, did I? Yep, definitely in view. Definitely in view. Definitely the layer set. Don't need anything there. Try one then. Capture actors. Bone. Good look. It's working better. So it's going to be a bit more of an expensive mask, but since the regular UE composure one wasn't working, that's going to have to do it. Yeah, now we've got our live updating mask. Pull this one back. Pop this out. Count them. Yep. So this is going to be covering up our talent in our whole composure comp. See what the comp's looking like now. This is probably going to be behind. Yeah. Just need to do that, set up that mask. Let's go. Transform pass. Rename this map. It's going to be just the R channel. This means we've got media plate over EG. Step 4, weather mask. So what we got here, we've got a flip what we're after. We can just drag out here and go 1 minus. Few ways to invert that, but one way to do it. And now, yep, she's behind the thingy. Great. Awesome. I guess interestingly, the shadow is not casting onto her, which is kind of interesting one. Maybe you would want to think about your lighting of your shot so that you don't have that. Or if not, have a tutorial on creating a shadow capture pass. But the thing with these shadow capture passes is if there was actually shadow on her face, it wouldn't just be a cut straight line like that. It would be bending around her arm. It would be doing all sorts of things. So a lot of people don't even ever have shots where the talent is behind shadow like this because it makes her look more like a plane than a kind of body, you know, a rounded shape. You know, it's kind of interesting whether you want that. We could just set this to not cast shadow because it's a kind of surreal element anyway. we could do that. This as well. My example, I'm going to do that. And we want the media on here as well. I want the nice clean media on here. Phone input. This needs to be set in the transform pass. Oh. What did I call it? Phone input. This can go over the top of everything else. It doesn't need to be masked behind anything. So you could use another over. I think you could use a multiply as well. Check that out. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, let's use the over then. Ooh, that's what that's looking like out the mo. Clean media over the top of some more nice clean media. So that's kind of like your simple setup for an AR element live streamed in. Kind of transitions quite nicely into sequencer. How you might kind of store and change and order level sequences and things. There's some cool things I found with this recently. If we change this to, could change this to a media source. Trying to think what method we'd like to do this with. Let's see what the request was. Thanks, Scraplet. I see you hanging out. So sequencer wise, I'd like to see how someone else manages switching between multiple cinecam captures or moves a single cam to different positions and managing all the settings. Yeah, so I've got some methods for this. I haven't gone super deep into it. I've gone pretty deep into it, but with sort of managing settings, you could set up, you get as complex as you want really, but there's definitely some methods I can show for that. Yeah, let's just try set up. So we got a couple sequences. Go. A folder. Okay, next. Okay, let's got one. Maybe this could be an intro. Double sequence intro. We can say, like, hey, this is a show where we have a person and we have a piece of media. Be the whole theme of the show. You track the camera. Boom. All the way from back here. Crazy camera shot. Ooh, drifting out this way. Coming back here. A bit faster. Quite like to mix it up with a bit of roll. Okay, do this roll. About so. Keep population. Like that final snap pin. Always helps to make noises when you're trying to figure this out. Yeah, that'll do. That's sequence 1. That's to show that, hey, we've got this cool thing going on. Actually, you know what else? Once we're here, let's make the talent come in from the side as well. Just by moving the video plane placement actor. End up here. Could start. Yeah. Jump out of here for now. Way off screen. Before that, at the scale on 1. The way of making it like appear and disappear. 2%. One attack. Cool, and then let's do something similar for cube. Rather transform the cube, we should also change the transform of the video plane because it's a child of it. Leave. I had trouble with this before. There might be some big box or something that before. Go from there. Be over the over the place. Maybe we'll do a bit of like hitting. Okay. Oh, and you can always see this composure output, which is helpful. Looking through the camera. You know what? If she's there at that point, that's still good, isn't it? Covers her up. Okay. Yeah, she's on that side as well. Can't turn this on. This will just set a keyframe whenever you move anything, but if you forget to turn that off, it gets kind of. Then for this as well, let's set the. Let's leave it as is. No point getting too deep into that. About how you manage the switching. So there's your intro. That'd be the first thing we want to play. We can go. I'm gonna duplicate this because I want all the same things tracked really. And when they're all at a point, I want them to be like this. Be all the tracks. I roll. So this is shot 2. Everything's where we want it to be. Be a close up. He's gonna be a bit simpler. And keep everything where it should be. As long as you like, it could literally be 1 frame because it's just telling the camera to move. Stop the sequence. It's fine at this length. Cool, and then we'll go. Call this one shot 1. Shot 1. Yeah. 2. Be. And to show that like you can change anything in this, shot 3 could be like this. But it could also a whole different focal length. This mad 360 angle. You know, someone was asking about camera settings. A lot of the camera settings can be sequenced. So you know, if you're dealing with sequences, then that could be where you store all of your different camera settings. Only much. Now if we check out this comp, intro. Okay, so this is something to watch out for. So we've got the intro. Press play. Thing. Got shot 1. Shot 2. Shot 3. And then if we go back to intro, the video plane placement has moved. That's because we need a keyframe right at the beginning here. We need to say from the very start of the placement form. Be set because it's just a child. Oh, sorry, that's the cube here. Yeah, it's just something to watch out for. Like if you change something, if you move this to be over here, flip back to this sequence. If you haven't got a keyframe to tell it to go to change location or to go from this location to a new location, you need to say that from right off the first frame. The sequence is going to play, but the thing that's previously keyframed is going to stay where it was. I think I might have another problem there with like maybe childing the cube, but this sequence is only going to play as the intro anyway. So we could look at triggering these. And I'll just check out past projects. I got a really good method for this. Very down. Previous things instead of for it again. Just to note, camera switching system part of the shared project that you can just download. Didn't know about that already. That's up on our GitHub and our website actually. So offworld. We got some levels. This is what I'm going to jump into right now, this version. I'm going to rip some stuff out of it that's... Well, I'm going to recreate it. Free to take anything from it. It's totally open source. It's the only annoying thing about jumping between projects. It's the waiting for shaders to compile and stuff, isn't it? Hey Chipko, good to see you. Yeah, I actually only got 10 more minutes on this one. But thanks for dropping by. Always good to see you. Okay. Oh yeah. I think what I would do is make a blueprint to switch with. A blueprint class actor. Go BP sequence switcher. Loading up. Date is okay. In this one, we've got developer content, blueprints, switcher, sequences, getting all the sequences. Thing. Now let's try going to the level. The dead. You can set the sequences to play on key press event. Yep, for sure. Yeah. You could do that for now as a simple start. Show you what I ended up in. Ended up making it into a blueprint here, so that you can just pick from a list, and then always like you're always able to switch out. This was kind of with the idea that people would be jumping into this project and like give people a bit of an easier method. But actually, I like this now. Obviously, if you know your blueprints and stuff, you could just do this on the back end, but just exposing this. Yeah, you're totally right, maybe. But this was what I was looking for. It's the key little word for stopping any sequence that's currently playing. Getting the level sequence that you want to get, number two. Playing, setting that chosen sequence to this one. So playing it with this kind of chosen sequence variable. It means that whatever sequence is already playing. Run after Unreal 5, it's possible to run two instances of Unreal. Yeah, okay, sequence to switch it. And you know what? Just because I'm running out of time, let's do the level blueprint. But just you can look at that. You can look at that blueprint and copy it, or you can grab it from the. So just the level blueprint. Take us to here. I like to press Q key because it just comes up straight away. Then you can press up here, change that to 1. You want to use 1 key. Go create level sequence player. Select. We have had intro first, didn't I? Okay. We want to play it. We don't want to play it to the end. Connect. And then what I'm going to do is just promote this to a variable. This variable chosen. Cool. And then copy this, paste this, Q key, chosen sequence, get that, stop it. Do this again. The dot one. See if those two work. That's one. Okay, it needs to pause at the end. We got 2, we got 1, we got 2, we got 1, 2. Let's make that stop at the end. Play 2. Play 2. Whoa. And then for the get these params. Split this. Guess we can. For this sequence, can we get length? Get play length. Time. Frame. Split this again. Frame number. Frame number value. See if that works. Hope this will play to the end. One. Ooh. Alright, so we could do this manually. Go play 2. Find the frame. This has 86 frame. A2, 86. One. Nice. Here's that. Got 2. 1. 2. Quickly do this for 3 again. Find this. I think you still hold these values. Yeah. Split. 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 Number 86. And if you don't like doing all this splitting, you can also do this by promoting this to a variable, then storing any setting variable. Maybe not. There's a lot of things you can do that anyway. Yeah, just don't like this filling out this massive list of a node. Not too bad. Okay, let's do this for our other sequence quickly. Got 2. Key 3. What wasn't it? Need to delve into blueprints. Yeah, for sure. It's super satisfying making stuff work from your inputs automatically. Even follow this camera thing. Just switching the cameras and seeing that switch is just really nice. And then you don't have to set anything else. You know, like key presses just work. You don't have to do too much in blueprints. Like all the camera focal length and everything that's set in the sequence. This is a really nice, satisfying one to get you going into blueprints because you know you can trigger anything in a sequence through blueprints through this kind of camera switching blueprint. Just notice this one ends. I think that needs a play 2. There's like a play 2 end. And that was the last one. Go to end and stop. Sounds like the thing. Yeah, thanks Scraplet for making me do this the simpler way actually, because if we dived into that full blueprint, a bit too long for this session. But if you want to see how that one works, that's in the project. It's that go to end that doesn't play to the end, it just goes to the end. I guess we just want play to. Play to. And sorry T-Funk, probably not gonna have time for take recorder this week, but thanks for tuning in anyway. Definitely get on that next week. Take recorder. This kind of nicely segues into take recorder, where it's like if we want to do takes with this, how would we do that? I guess we'll do that next week. Maybe a bit more meddling with how I can trigger different sequences and stuff. I hope that answers your other two questions. Last week's questions. It's really cool to get these like requests in the week and kind of figure it out, and we'll pull on previous knowledge and show it in the week. So really do encourage anyone who's got more things they want to see kind of figured out. Please let us know in the Discord what you want figured out in this kind of area of kind of virtual production, or just stuff involving using the Off-World Live Toolkit, just stuff involving using Unreal Engine, you know. Really love just sharing these techniques, and also just this back and forth of like, oh, let's try this time, let's try this next time. So, see if this works with the but all the video playing placements there, that's cool. Oh, the frame rate's kicked up, which is 60. He's supposed to be totally hidden at this point. Don't know what's going on there. Might be my sequence. Don't have had like a keyframe right at the beginning for it. Maybe. Oh, again from scratch. Let the frame rate kick up a bit. Yeah, so first time pressing it, that's how she's supposed to come in. Switch to this. There's something about the sequences stopping at the end, so you might need that play to for each one. Fix that up just so we got a nice set of plays here. We want play twos. Find the frame value. You can do something to say for whatever sequence I'm looking at, find the length of that sequence. Get play length, but this is in frames. Sequence length. There is a way to find this, whatever it is, but you know, the more manual way is you find your level sequence. Oh no, find how many frames long you made it. Get that frame number value, 89. And then I guess I'm going to assume that the short ones are all the same. So this should be better. Let it boot up a bit. Alright. So intro. Whoosh. 1, 2. And yeah, that play 2 is working. 4. Yeah. There you go. Thanks. Interesting. I think I'm not getting all of that focal length for some reason when I press 4 the second time. Again, it's kind of sequencer stuff where, because I'm doing it through sequencer, I need to make sure there's a keyframe to set that right at the beginning. Pretty sure. But yeah, that's as far as I'm going to delve into it this time. As I say, it's nice to see some some people tuning in and adding thoughts, thoughts and opinions and ideas. Let us know if there's anything else we want to cover for next week. Going to be here same time. Or we've got an idea for the next course. Looking to switch from different cameras, outing out Unreal. Any insight for this? I need, for example, to deactivate spout in the sender manager for cameras which are not displayed this way. Need some FPS. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm pretty sure we could do a pause render target, play render target kind of deal. Really good idea for next week. So yeah, we'll look at that next week. We'll look at some take recorder. Then yeah, if anyone else has got I mean that's probably enough for the next week, but yeah, please do let us know if there's anything else you're interested in learning. Yeah, thanks everyone. Really cool to see you all here. See you next time.